You see the count?
Whatever.
It's live.
It's live.
It's 11 o'clock out on the East Coast.
Aren't you tired? You work tomorrow?
I do.
So you get up in a minute, basically.
Yeah. And even earlier. Here we go. Hey guys, you know that music. It's time for the Secret Alliance. Danny, we're going to do it live tonight after the finale. Anything could go down.
Anything can go down. It's gonna be
Okay,
crazy.
we're live. It's great seeing all the comments in our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all that good stuff, because that's how you can find out if we drop anything after this. One thing that I will say is we are expecting to talk to those final 3 members of the jury, along with America's favorite player. Oh, Danny, I was thrilled. I was so excited tonight. All right, and we're going to talk about all of that. Plus, we've got some special guests, right?
Yes, I hope.
Fingers crossed they join us. They may stand us up. It could happen. It's live.
We don't care. We'll still have fun.
Yes. I mean, a big night for the finale. It really sort of went like this season has all along. You know, I mean, I feel like there were some moments where I thought, oh, it's not going to go the way that I thought it was going to go.
No.
But in the end, it was kind of the predictable thing that we talked about in our last episode of The Secret Alliance.
Yes.
What did you think about the finale? If you haven't seen it, everybody, we're going to spoil it for you right now. So sorry on the West Coast. This is something you pause this. If you don't want to have any spoilers, watch it later. We'll keep it posted here on YouTube.
So it was perfect. I mean, it was Cody played a flawless game.
And I think over and over, the jury just kept saying that. That's what we heard.
Flawless. Just flawless. I mean...
Hey, we got Paulie in with us. How proud are you for little bro?
Oh my God, guys, I lost my voice. Danielle, I came in here because I wanted to see you. I love you. My family loves you so much.
Oh, thank you.
We always have. We always thought you were so great.
I always took up for you guys. I
just wanted to pop in for a little bit and say hi for Danielle. No offense, Jason. I've never met you.
You did. Did you watch season 3? Maybe.
But yeah, we were screaming, we were crying, a whole lot of stuff going on. But I wanted to come in and say hi for Danielle, and then I was going to get back to my family. But man,
get back to your family. I'm so proud of your brother and what he's done. It's amazing. Yeah,
one thing, Paulie, is congratulate Cody, because he played the heck out of this season. He's so deserving. Yeah, it really was. It was a flawless game, and we heard that there's never been a jury vote like that except for Dan. So, I mean, the guy played a masterful game.
Yeah, I think it definitely opens him up for discussion of the best of all time. I mean, it was a masterful game, and we care more about the titles, and the legacy than the money. You know what I mean? But the money's great.
Not bad. I mean, you can always give it to me. You can tell Cody give it to me.
Hey, the girl, you pick a vacation spot.
I'm gonna call you on that.
Oh my goodness!
But I mean, like, it's just been so much, from our side. We always knew the kind of game he played the first go round, and we know how good of a player he is. And as a family, him and I, we've just almost made it every single time we've done a show. You know what I mean? Whether it's him on Big Brother, me on the challenge, we've been so damn close. So hopefully this is a sign of things to come and we keep the ball rolling. But
congratulations to him and you and your family. I do have to ask you just one question and we'll let you go.
Yeah.
When did you know, oh dang, he about to win this? Like, because we thought, oh, he's doing good, but in what week or when do you think, I think he might win this thing?
I mean, I said as soon as he got the nod to go in, I was like, if he makes it past week 3, he's winning the whole game. And I've been saying that as soon as he went in, the first interviews I've done, anything, I said, if Cody makes it past week 3, his social game is so good, it doesn't matter. And if you get a couple lucky breaks here or there, and, it just goes to show, like, he really does create these beautiful relationships and friendships.
He does.
And the only difference this time around from his first time around is he was making the decisions to cut them, which you have to give him credit for, because that's so hard to do.
It's very difficult.
You know, he wasn't able to do it the first time around because he was like, I don't want to hurt anybody. And this time around, he was cutting people left and right, and you know, he made the decisions that needed to happen.
He had to do it.
Yeah, he had to do it.
That's why he got the check.
Yeah, and he earned that
amazing.
check. And I just kudos. I've never sat. I think it's rarely do I watch any season going, this person outright deserves to win. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, it was a nail biter even to the end. I mean, that final HOH, he had to be perfect.
Right. Did you think he was going to cut Nicole?
I knew he was going to make the decision to cut Nicole because I knew he wasn't going to make the second. I knew he wasn't going to make the same decision twice. And I knew it hurt him so much more this time around.
Right.
Not to say that he was, you know, closer to one or the other, but knowing, you know, that he had to make that decision, because the first time around, he's like, to cut Derrick, he wouldn't have been able to live with himself.
Right.
But making that mistake, he knew he had to do it this time around, because that would have been like, I mean, that could have been the difference between a unanimous vote and a possible upset.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I am just so happy for it, and I hear it from your families.
And if Cody does get the invite to Nicole's wedding, I don't know, maybe in jeopardy now. He owes her a nice wedding gift, right?
Yeah,
he will, but he never got the invite to begin with, so I don't know what's going on.
Well, that made it a lot easier to cut her. Hey, Paulie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We give you guys the best. All right,
love you so much.
Congratulate Cody for us.
Awesome. Thank you
guys.
All right,
bye-bye.
See you guys.
Yeah. So we're looking forward, Danny. We should get to talk to our BB22 winner on Monday. At some point on Monday, we think we're going to get to him. So cool to talk to the winner's family, though. That was a big, exciting treat.
Yeah.
Little brother, let everybody, if you got somebody in there waiting,
bring him in.
Bring him in. Hi!
Hi, guys.
Danielle.
Danielle 3.0. 3.0.
3.0.
Is that some Roll Tide love there?
Huh?
Some love for the Bama? Roll Tide?
Roll Tide.
Okay, all right.
Always.
I love that.
I still had this on, guys. Sorry.
Thank you for joining us. We were having people pop in and out and just say, "Hey, so what did you think? Did you watch it?"
Oh my gosh, yes, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I loved that Cody had the balls to cut Nicole. I didn't think going to do it. I thought it was the smarter move, but I didn't think he was going to do it.
Yeah, I was shocked. Completely shocked.
Except when they brought commercial break back and Nicole was crying sitting there.
Then you're like,
who spoke? I was like, and he told her.
Yeah.
And he told her. Yeah, it makes me happy for Enzo too, because you can tell how grateful he is and how much that means to him too. So, yeah, I'm sure it's lighting a fire that Cody's now also a unanimous winner under some people. But
I don't think people understand.
That's huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
This guy. So let me just paint the picture for everyone. He made it to the final two
twice.
But the first time he made it, he would have won the game if he would have picked the person to take to the end. So for him to have an opportunity, I mean, you guys don't understand, like, redemption. I mean, people go out on different levels of the game, but when you're sitting in the final chair and you get to play again, you sit in the final chair again, man, just to get that win, that is just succulent. It's just juicy.
Let's talk about, you watched Cody, who we heard Paulie say, he's among the greats. And Dan, really the only other Big Brother contestant to see a jury vote like that. You played with Dan. And,
I did.
And you know what it's like being in there with the master and manipulated by. Like, do you feel like you have some of that pain that Nicole's going through right now from thinking back to your season?
Absolutely. Like, just all the blind side. Now, granted, I can't excuse a lot of my behavior. I will say I was 23 years old when CBS threw me on that show. Okay. So me now as a 31-year-old woman playing at 23 years old is totally different. However, I should have seen a lot of the things that Dan did, but I had blind loyalty, kind of like how Cody had for Derrick. I had blind loyalty for Dan. And I thought, because the way it looked, and Dan coach, and Dan knew that I was really a nurse, all this other stuff, I thought it would look better, that it would always be us two. And then when I realized he threw the final two to Ian, and in that commercial break, all hell was breaking loose. And I was so upset, and I knew that my game was over. And it's my fault. I threw the first part of the HOA. I would have won that.
Yeah.
Endurance things were my thing. I threw it. It's my fault. It's my fault. But if I did play again, especially on this season, I don't know what would have happened because I would have had guns blazing, especially with the cast who was on.
Especially with Janelle.
Yeah.
It would have been, woo, Lord Jesus.
Good grief, buddy. I'm already getting hot and I'm not allowed to talk about it much on camera. But it would have been a different game. But like, say if I had gotten to play with people I'd never played before against the greats, like if Reyes would have been on this season, they put me in that house, and I'm like, me and you, I swear to God, I'll take you to the end. Just get me there.
Funny.
Yeah, I would have. You and
Jason,
Danny,
you know.
I know.
Yeah, you and Danny and Dom and I were actually talking about this. Like, we were saying if it was me, Danny, and Danielle all together in the house,
the triple D,
triple D's.
Yeah, but Cody and Danny,
I want that alliance.
We need Jesus.
No, I'm not. I'm Danny.
Sorry.
I'm saying those are good players.
And this is water. I'm not drinking at all. I'm just saying, this is after dark.
No,
okay.
I love
But
it.
triple D.
This is not, Danny. That's
okay.
Right?
Sorry. All right, go ahead, Danielle.
No,
You said it.
fine. But it's back to, I was cheering for Danny and Cody the whole time. When I did the thing for Gift Hits the World, I even said that, so I'm super happy. But I mean, I feel bad because I feel like a lot of deja vu, because I feel like she's about to walk into a lot of blindsides right now that she has no idea that are about to hit her in the real world. And I walked out to that, and it is it's unfortunate. Maybe she's a little bit more aware of it since she's played 3 times.
Yeah.
But my heart does go to her for the blind sides.
Yeah, it's tough. It's absolutely tough. But she'll be fine. She already won. She'll be fine.
Thank you. Yeah, you already got that money. Like,
it's all good. It's all good.
But you know, it is one of those things that's tough. And I just read the article today. I learned that Nicole Franzel did lose some sponsorships. I think it was a drugstore chain and some maybe a makeup line or something because of things that had happened in the house. Some conversations she'd had with Memphis and laughing at some things.
She'll be fine, you guys.
I know that, but I think I don't think she knows what she's walking out to right now. Kind of how the world perceives some things in the game.
Yeah,
sure.
True.
Especially when you come out and you think, I mean, I can only speak for myself. So when I came out,
hey, look, it's a Big Brother winner, Steve. Steve, thank you for popping in. We got Danielle here.
Hello.
BB14. Steve, we're talking about when you come out of the house and sort of the reality of life. Danielle, talk about what it was like when you stepped out into the real world again.
So I was so ignorant. I had no idea. I knew nothing about when the jurors went home, the mess that they could cause.
Oof.
You know, the pre-jury. I had no idea when I was walking out too, and I didn't know finale night too. I had 3 bodyguards following behind me the whole time. I didn't know that
we all have it.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but I was clueless the entire time. It's incredibly hard thinking you're coming out and everybody's going to be a fan of you and it's all going to be game, and you come out and you meet the jurors and they're all pissed because they've been talking to each other.
Yeah.
And then people pre-jury are mad, and then the world has a different opinion of you because you don't get to see all the conversations that everybody else had. It's really hard. Like, it broke my heart. It really did. And, you know, especially the stuff about Dan and then what things were being said about me online. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. That's why we talked through it, right, Danielle? So we were fine. So
Good.
A lot of people don't know about me. I do reach out to previous house guests. I think they're going to have a hard time because I know how what they go through. I went through the same thing, right? So I always want to be there as a moral support. So you're fine now. It's all good.
Oh,
Hey, I've got some questions about Alabama in just a moment, but let's say hi to Steve Moses here, BB17 winner in the house.
I love
Steve. Because I've hung out with this guy. He's here in Central Florida. I hope you don't mind me saying that. And we've, I've seen it at events, and then we've had lunch. And this guy, he took that money and he's doing some great stuff with it, and he's helping people. And he's going to build his empire too.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it.
I love it, Steve. But you talked about to me a lot that you didn't go back. You didn't watch the show. You don't watch even a lot right now. It's tough for you, isn't it?
It's a lot of emotions I don't care to relive.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I came, like, it is mind-blowing to me when people say how much they want to play again. I mean, like, I knew from week 2 of my season, I was never going to play again, ever.
That's funny. You're out. Done. Okay, like, so that answers the question of would you play? Yeah, no.
So you'll never play again. Danielle,
No.
Would you play? See?
Uh-huh.
Okay, look, to go back into that hellhole, it's a lot harder now knowing like the absolute like torture that you're walking into, but asking for it. But that money is nice, especially, going back as a vet, I'm not going to lie. However, losing my job, I almost didn't get the certain position I have now because they found out I was on TV. So the thought of risking my longevity for a short-term game, plus all this social media garbage that wasn't there on 14, like Instagram had just become a thing when I got
Right.
I only had like one picture and I had just uploaded it.
It's Aman. Yeah. The social media stuff that happens is so difficult. Danielle, I fully agree with you. I think that's something that created this monster of the house, and everybody follows the house. Aman, we've had him on the Secret Alliance before. Welcome back.
So a couple of things.
Yeah. You're pretty excited here. Did you enjoy the finale, Aman? Did you like where we ended up?
Davon won. That's
Davon winning AFP, making it all worth it for me. I loved it.
Can I show you this? We had these envelopes, Danny. We sealed them up at the beginning. I don't know if you've got yours. I'm ripping in. This is who I was.
We put it in before the game started.
Win the season. This was my. Oh, I've torn my paper, Danny.
Oh boy.
I had picked Day.
You picked Davon.
Take it all for the season.
Okay.
I wasn't right. But we did have.
I can't wait till you guys see mine. You guys are
Davon winner for America's favorite player. I was sort of correct.
So I actually upped yours and did first, second, and third.
Oh yeah, you went.
Can y'all see it?
No, you're gonna have to read it.
All right, it says.
Oh, okay. Tyler,
Bailey, and Memphis. So 1, 2, 3. That's what I picked.
And you thought this was the game for Tyler to win it all.
And I really did, because I think Tyler is such a masterful player all around. And I don't think people and so I think with the exception of him and Christmas making that error.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to win the freaking game. The two things cost him the game was that and the fact that he wanted to go home. So I was in awe when I watched him on his original season. And he lost by 1 vote. And I knew when he lost it, when him and Bailey went at it. And I went, he just lost a vote, and that's going to cost him the game. So votes are important. Every vote counts, as you can see. So Tyler did not win. I was getting close. I was like, I think this fool might pull this off. And I had Memphis at 2. And I was like, dang, this is not bad. And then, 3. And then Bailey, I really thought Bailey was going to go really far in the game. Further than what she did. So she's probably shocked that I picked her as number 2. I didn't think the jurors, kept thinking like jury management. So I thought Bailey and Tyler were going to do like a secret thing, like a secret alliance.
They really should have.
And amplify that little beef they had. But
well, it would have been an easy way to hide what they're doing by saying, we don't like each other. We had some beef. We can't, and then they work together. But I just felt like there was something where they never could work and trust. And it's frustrating. Hey, okay, I don't know where Aman went. We got Steve back, maybe. It's a live feed tonight. Danielle, one of the things I wanted to ask you, and I like asking past players, when you saw the announcement about BB22 and all those contestants, was there any name on that list that really shocked you? Wait, why on this cast? Why is this person here? Hey, Rachel!
She's like, what's going on?
Oh my gosh. We gotta get Steve back in here. We gotta get Aman in. We'll make all the boxes.
We're just having people coming in and out. It's fun.
Okay, so what's the update on Baby? How close are you?
He hasn't come yet, but I'm having contractions. I don't think he's coming tonight.
Yeah.
So I mean, if anyone was gonna have a baby on finale night, it would be me. But
right.
A Halloween baby, maybe?
Maybe either Braxton Hicks or something like that. Yeah. Getting ready.
Brendan likes to joke that Grodner and Rich are on standby with the crew at UCLA.
Oh, that's great reality TV. Come on.
For sure.
What did you guys think about the finale? We've been talking to Danielle about it. We had Steve, BB17 winner Steve, pop in tonight. It was a good night, right? It was a great episode of Big Brother, I thought.
Amazing television. Fun. It was like, where were these players all season? Why like this all season? And then,
right?
I mean, yeah.
Well, you can't hate on Cody because he won. So, I mean, there's really you can't rewrite history for people that win because that's a tough one to do. But I think I really think that this little bit actually, in some ways, I think if you have Cody get cut by Nicole, and Nicole, you get a lot of angry people. I think if Enzo cuts Cody and maybe loses to Nicole, or Enzo wins, you just still get a lot of unhappy customers.
I gotta say, I thought Enzo really killed it in his jury speeches and the answers to those questions. I thought he was doing much better than I'd anticipated. I thought he was going to get some votes out of that.
Well, here's the thing, Jason. As jury members, your decision's already made up. They can tell you anything they want. It's not going to change your mind.
You're right.
It's very seldom you get one person teetering, maybe, but normally you pretty much. They could tell you everything. They could tell you the secret, the cure for cancer. They could tell you all stuff, and you just be like, "Nope, you don't get my vote. I'm still going this way," right? Because that's just, you have all that time in sequester to talk about the game, and it's in your head. And at that point, it's like it's pretty. What the jury questioning is to validate their vote.
Okay.
Right.
Not to that's what it is, right? Do you guys agree with me on that?
Yeah.
I would, I say absolutely 100%. I also, and I agreed with Jason, Enzo's speech. We were just like, wow, Enzo.
He said it. He has the gift of gab. He has the gift of gab.
But I also felt like Enzo's speech solidified Cody's win. Yeah. Because everything he kept saying.
I was like, yeah, I agree.
It was like, that is why Cody.
Yeah.
I was worried that the jury.
He had nothing really of his own to say. He just said, I kind of rode his coattails.
He should have never said that.
But he sold it in a pretty good way, I got to say.
Yeah.
I don't know what that guy does, but if he's not in sales, he's missing out.
I think it's an insurance adjuster or something like that.
Yeah. In the feeds on our YouTube channel right now, people are saying that the best moment of the season was Cody cutting Nicole. I mean, do you agree, Danielle?
No, I was like, yes. I was shocked. I didn't think he would do it. I don't think he had to do it, but I was like, oh, that's gonna hurt. And that just stands. It just boggles my mind where the poor ladies get so blindsided with these guys, with the Drews, and what happened to Nicole.
What shocked me, what really got to me, is he started doing stuff that Dan does. So Nicole would ask him a question, he would answer it, he'd ask a question back. And so when he started doing that to Nicole, I was like, flags, like, no.
So you were having PTSD.
I did a little bit. I was like, damn, he's like misting her. Like, why? And then, she'd be like, so you're going to take me? He'd be like, why would I take you? That's Dan's gift, or Dan's gift was always getting to know everybody else or making you feel so comfortable. Like, he never answers questions about himself. Ever.
No. Well, we always said when you play a game like that, you got to make the person ask a direct question. Like, you're going to have to lie to me. So when they go, why wouldn't I take you? Well, there's several reasons, but are you going to take me?
Right. Yeah. Yes or no. Yes or no. Yeah.
Yes or no.
Yes
Live feed is watching. Are you going to take me?
We're trying to get him on back in here. We love his take on things. He's just pumped about America's Favorite Player. Anybody here right now, and weigh in on the YouTube channel here, because we'll see some of your comments. But anybody upset with the America's Favorite Player here, or were you surprised that Davon won it? I mean, it felt like it was just clear that she was going to be.
I thought Janelle was going to take it. I was really concerned for a moment looking at Twitter and the tweets and stuff. I was like, oh dang, Janelle might take this. But I'm just elated that Davon did take it, because she had so much to prove going in there, and she had a lot to stand for. So I was flabbergasted. I think the ending was just good. Yeah. Cody cutting Nicole, Davon winning America's favorite player. It was like, yay, it's all good.
We'll watch season 23. We'll be back.
What were you saying, Rachel?
I was saying, and really, Davon made the only big move the whole season. So it's like she played. I mean, like she played a good game. Mm-hmm. Nobody was going to be able to go against that, but like Davon tried, you know. Yeah. So it was like.
I kind of wanted Janelle to win a fair player for going against being like one of only maybe 2 people that went against the majority alliance. But in the same token, it's also hard to like justify people that go pre-jury to give them America's favorite player. So like I want 100% understand voting for Davon, and I definitely did not want Tyler to win America's favorite player. Not after potentially self-evicting.
He didn't even do anything.
Well, self-eviction.
Okay. That's like the cardinal sin for ex-past Big Brother players. We're like, that's a cardinal sin. Anyone that wants to self-evict, right? Especially when you got freaking Rachel Raleigh, like, put me in, I'm pregnant.
I know.
Yeah,
I loved that. Come in there 9 months pregnant.
I loved that tweet. That had me rolling. That was epic. Rachel, I think that was your best thing you've ever said, like on tweets or something. I was like, hell yes. Why doesn't she just host a comp or something? Or like on my season where they had Jesse come in as Santa Claus, I was like, send Rachel in there and watch them just
die.
Oh yes.
Epic. Maybe there's another season. And I'll hope.
Well, for sure. That maybe the ending to this gave us hope for them ever doing an all-star season. Because I will say, for the first 80% of the season, I 100% thought that there's no way in God's green earth they're ever bringing back anybody. So they have their finger on the pulse. So whether people want or not, they may just do what they want. But I just really thought that this was not going to be good for another all-star season, at least, you know?
Okay.
They're not going to let us know. That's the thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They won't. Well, I'm sure we'll be making contacts.
Right.
Exactly. And I still think that Nicole would have actually cut Cody. I really do.
I kept saying that, and people, but with her, she won't tell you the truth. That's the problem I have with her.
I would have cut Cody crying the whole time she was doing it. Like just crying profusely, saying how sorry she is, and she doesn't really want to do it, but she knows it's the only way she's gonna win. And again, everybody still complains about it, but she wins. You know, I think she would have. Okay.
Well, guys, we really appreciate you dropping in. I know you got big things with a baby on the way. We won't keep you all night, but lots of love to you guys and your growing family. And
I can't wait to hear the name. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, but I'm sure it's great.
We don't know the name. We don't know anything about it.
See, I love that. You wait until you meet this little one, and then you decide what he looks like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What we did with Adora, and so we'll probably do it again.
Good.
Right. Yeah. And it was also way less pressure, except for the
You guys, it was so glad to see you guys. We wish you guys the best. I can't wait to hear the first announcement.
Bye. Have a great night. Okay. All right. Danny, so cool. I didn't get to ask Danielle who she was surprised about. Hopefully she'll pop back in. We've had a few little technical things. I don't know what's going on with that, but we've got a few other people kind of waiting in the wings. So if little brother will pop them in, I think we've got a couple of other contestants. I hope we can. There's Steve's back. Little brother is going to pop in. Hey, Steve, anybody you were surprised to see on this season when you looked at what the cast announcement was and who was going to be playing?
I was surprised they went back as far as they did. I thought they're going to be super recent bias. So people like a Kaser and a Janelle and a Memphis, I didn't think they were going to go that far back.
Okay.
Yeah, they went back. They even asked me. They did ask me, and I said no.
You were on the wall above the sliding glass door.
No. Oh, there you go.
Look at this. Oh, it's a watch party. Hi. Hi. Andy, Helen, Tess, all together. I didn't realize that you guys were all in the same place. Wait, what's what did this church say?
Is everyone happy with everything? Yes, like Cody and Davon.
Very happy with Davon for sure.
Right.
I mean, Cody played a great game in that he won competitions and he was well liked.
Right.
He deserved the win.
He's deserving.
Period.
He 100%, and it deserved to be 9-0. I really think. Like, yeah.
I feel bad for Enzo. Enzo's getting no love, but I mean, it really wasn't even a competition between the two of them.
Yeah. Let me say this. Steven, you had something you want to say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
I am so glad and proud of Nicole for voting Cody.
Agreed.
I was so glad when Julie started reading votes forwards and Cody won the first 5. Because if Nicole was bitter, they would have wanted to highlight that. She would have went backwards. So
right.
I'm proud of Nicole tonight.
Look at the big brains on Steve. That's why he won.
She wasn't even listening when they were like answering questions. She seemed so despondent, like she wasn't even really listening. You know.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've always said, and nothing against Nicole, but every time I think about her as a player, I always picture her in the corner of that room in that bed. And I never see her get up and really fraternize or socialize or really, make the room or do the sneaky Andy leave something in the room so you can sit there and be in the presence of people so you can ear hustle. She never did any of that, hardly. Yeah. And so I always felt, even though it was close, I always felt that what makes that final competition so crucial. Who's going to take the time to listen to people?
Can I chime in something?
Yes, Stephen.
What is everyone's thought on the switching from the jury statement
to
the new quizzy format?
I like it.
Helen?
I like that the last HOH comp traditionally is about like how well did you get to know your house guests, and that's the only real social game test.
I agree. Absolutely, I agree.
It could have been like an HOH comp what they just did for the final HOH. It's like a quiz of memorization versus like who said this statement, and then like if you know them, well that would come out from Memphis.
No, it's true.
Or that
it's
would come out from Christmas because you spent time getting to know the house guests.
Time to know them.
People say that last comp is a crapshoot, and I kind of disagree. It's like I think if you know something, like I remember Amanda's answer for ours. I remember it vividly. It was like Amanda said her most embarrassing moment is none. Like I'm not embarrassed for every single one, and I know that Amanda is so self-deprecating. I knew it was every single one. And and Gina Marie got it wrong because I knew Amanda much better,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you all prefer the old format?
I prefer the old format.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. And I said this statement, and Jess, people don't give Enzo kudos or anything. The game has changed or mutated, as I like to say, so much that comp wins are so imperative based to the old school ways where I could play a game and Dr. Will could play and not win comps. But people don't give Enzo that credit because Enzo played a game similar to my game. Great social game. Never won hardly any comps, but was loyal with a secret alliance to the very end. So kudos to Enzo for playing that game. He just if he would have won a comp at the end and cut Cody, that would have been savage, right?
If Enzo had cut Cody, I truly believe that if one of the other two cut Cody, they should have won the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. I thought Nicole Franzel's path to winning a second time if she could cut Cody. But once Danny and I were texting. Once it happened, Cody won that HOH. I was like, cut his check. Cut his check. Yeah, done.
Cut his check. I didn't think he was going to cut. I did not see him cutting Nicole. I did not see that coming.
Enzo wasn't in the committee. Enzo, it's been 10 years since he's been in the game.
Yeah.
He didn't go on other reality TV shows and then try to be Big Brother again. Like, he's been waiting to play Big Brother. So I'm really happy that he at least improved one spot from his last game, even though he didn't win the game. That's hard to do.
He deserves credit. He played a very good game. Even though he still deserves a lot of credit for playing it is not easy to never get nominated. Like, if you're someone like Enzo where everyone likes you, you could easily just be like, Enzo, sit on the block. Like, you're not going to go anywhere. And the fact that never happened is impressive.
Absolutely. But the fact
Helen, that's why you evicted Judd on your double HOH. The exact reason why Enzo got tonight.
Yeah.
You have to have those big moves, though. That's the idea that Enzo never had a big move is ultimately what I feel is the demise of his game.
I totally agree with the jury when they said that he should have nominated Cody at Final Four because then it could have been like, I'm the only one that didn't sit on the block.
Oh, that would have been a really good move. Jess, talk about, because you were all about, let's see some big moves. You love big moves. What did you want to see in some of these weeks where you're screaming at the TV? And I mean, maybe it was the Final Four. Enzo should have nominated Cody. Yeah,
I wanted them to get Cody out. You do not, I don't understand this mentality of having a comp beast and an alpha male in the house.
Right.
Why are you going to keep? It's why they are targeted time after time again. Yeah. So if there is a final two and that comp beast is in the final two, that comp beast is going to win because they were able to get themselves out of a sticky situation and they were able to finesse themselves into a final two. And now you have someone like Cody, who is not only a comp beast, but has never been nominated in the whole season. Right. Y'all did something wrong.
Right.
I don't understand what the hell. You were in Cody's midst. Yeah. You were drinking his Kool-Aid, the water,
They did.
Water.
So, wait. Let me just ask you this. Let me ask the $500,000 question, because Big Brother's too cheap to give us $1 million. But anyway.
All-Stars should be $1 million, man. Why can't they
100%. 100% should be $1 million.
I already know Jason's answer. But Steven, if you were in that house and you saw Cody walk in there, would you have targeted him?
It would have depended on what pre-gaming I did.
Steve, you would have done the pregame. Yeah, okay.
So, Danielle, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, how about you, Helen? Because you're gonna honor your NDA like I did, and if you walk, because I know you, I hope, and although Andy's sitting next to you, I'm sure you subtly would have told him, not tell him you were in the game, but you would have spoken cryptic code to imply you were in the game, just to make sure you fulfill your NDA. But if you walked in the house, would you have targeted Cody?
I'm obviously, if I'm going in there, I've left my family, my 4 kids, my job. I'm in there to win. So I'm going to go after people I think I can't beat at the end, and that I think I can't beat in comps. I mean, I hate to say it, but I want the game to get easier as the game goes on versus harder against me.
Right.
I mean, I hate to say it. Yes, and I would have also probably put him up against someone like Tyler. I mean, I know that sounds awful, and sorry, Tyler.
I
one of them has to leave.
Sounds like a genius.
So smart.
That sounds smart to me. I'm just saying.
I wish I could go back in time and show you footage of me at the beginning of the season, because I said I would, if I won the first HOH, I would have put up Cody and Tyler. No questions asked. Cody and Tyler.
Nice people, but you can't beat them with the comps. So you have to set the tone for the house for yourself. I mean, can we imagine, say K-Star had won that first HOH.
Or Janelle won hers.
Yeah.
Or Devon won hers.
What a different game we would have had. They've been part of the committee, or possibly, and it would have been such a different game.
I truly get sad thinking about how we had a week where Kaser almost won, a week where Janelle almost won, and a week where Devon almost won.
Yes.
It sucks. They didn't. Yeah.
It was so close.
So something about the pregame, and I'm going to say this, that I would listen to my NDA and be like, but people are pre-gaming the second they've played Big Brother and they come out of the house. I mean, and you know this as much as I do. People go to these events, they get to know each other out. They're not even, there's no season, but they're always hanging out and networking. To me, that's pre-gaming already. Right. So, I'm almost kind of what is the difference if you get on the phone, you're like, you going in, okay, we're going to work together.
I mean,
it's like that Survivor Poker Alliance.
Right.
I feel like people are pre-gaming.
That's true.
They're pre-gaming. When we went to BB20 and there was that reunion of play, when we all came in to watch that first, episode, you could see Enzo, he was checking people out. I mean, he was kind of staying to his own. He was watching the room, who's hanging out with who. There are other people who are going out afterwards for drinks because they're bonding, because they're thinking maybe some of these people are going to be in the game again. I mean, people are pre-gaming the second they walk out and they're evicted, whatever their first season is. And so I feel like at the end of the day, they were better at it than everyone else.
And I don't really fault them for it. Like, I don't really fault if you haven't.
Doesn't matter. Everybody pre-games. It's
even on a much smaller level. Helen can attest to this. Helen and I, at the open casting call for Big Brother 15, sat together at a table and talked for like 2 hours before, like in Chicago. And when we got put in the house, we looked at each other and we were like,
"Do you guys know this story?"
No, like I looked at her and I was like, we're good. And like, we were like, I was nervous if I like said anything out loud, we would like get in trouble. But like, truly, my friends were like, why did you align with like the moms right away? And I was like, because I met one of them and knew her.
So the open casting calls, there's hundreds of people everywhere. So I go in to do and it's James Ryan, which I was like, oh my God, there's James Ryan, And at the time, I was kind of like, oh my God. When I went in there and he was sitting there with the casting person, I was like, oh my gosh, that's James. And I walked out, and when you come out of that initial audition, you kind of need to sit down and have a beer and like just take it in.
She sat down next to me.
And I sat right next down to Andy. So Andy's like, "How was it?" So I was like, "This is what happens, and this is what you need to know, or whatever." So when we get into the lineup, the day to walk in the house, and Andy is there, what are the chances?
Wow. It was truly
really over half of the $500,000 because I helped him get on the show.
Oh my God!
Yeah, did he cut you a check? A little piece of that?
little finder's fee there. Agent, 10%. I'm just saying.
Right. What are the chances? So I totally thought he was loyal to me to the end.
Come on,
right?
back. Yay.
Yeah.
Bye.
So, Amon has some strong opinions here. He's very happy because Davon won America's Favorite Player. But as we've talked to you through the season, what do you think as far as moves that just got missed? Is there anything that you wish I know we all have that woulda, coulda, shoulda moment in the show, and you go, it would have been so different if this had happened. Is there anything that really stands out in your mind or a week that you wish we could go back and change?
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? I don't know.
Yeah, we got you, Amon. Yeah.
We got you, Amon.
Okay, cool. Well, oh my God. Well, thank you so much for inviting me back on the show. First of all, so nice to meet some of the players that I have never met before. Super duper excited. As far as moves that I wish that would have been made, I mean, so many moves. I feel like there were players that I wish that were in the game to make those moves that never made it to opening night. So I've been a big proponent of like how different this season would have been had Josh and Casey been a part of this season. I feel like the committee would not be a thing.
I think Josh and Casey would have actually targeted Cody. Quite frankly, that's my thought.
Exactly. There would be so much more shifting of alliances, shifting of allegiances. Obviously, the big one here, especially as it pertains to tonight, is the whole thing with Enzo. You had the shot, you could have taken the shot, and you wouldn't have even had to be this stressed coming into finale night thinking that there was a chance that Cody was going to take Nicole, which there was a really big chance that Cody was going to take Nicole. We don't know what that conversation was like, but something happened during that commercial break because up until tonight, Cody was going to take Nicole to the end, and then all of a sudden there was this kind of switcheroo.
Man.
So I just feel like I wish that that players. Yeah, he must have told her. I just wish that most of all this season, I just wish that players were more self-interested. I wish that they were more willing to give us the show that we wanted. I know that people want to come back and give us, they want to improve their records. They don't want to go out. They don't want to be the first dude. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. But it is all stars. Do not leave this house thinking, oh my God,
play,
I could have done that. I wish I could have done that. Like,
you gotta play. You gotta go guns blazing.
Can I chime in?
Really, what does it cost to go guns blazing? Go week 1, week 2. Get the people you think you need out so you can get power and people respect you so you can do more things in the game. And if you get out, you make $40,000 right off the bat for like a week or 2 of work. So I mean, I think, but then at the same time, because you almost know too much if you play a second time, and I mean, Danielle, you may be able to attest to this. I think people are afraid a little bit more in the sense of they want to stay in longer. You may not get another shot again, and the first time you play, you don't know what you're doing, so you make moves and you may make dumb mistakes that actually help your game. The second time you play, you know exactly what move means what, and I think they were too careful in the beginning, and that's why that big alliance they protected each other, and they weren't even willing to like look beyond the 6 of them. And unfortunately, the other side of the house couldn't get any HOHs.
They played scared.
Right.
Right.
I kind of think it's okay for anyone that hasn't won to play scared. Like, it's like, it keeps you in the. But if you're Nicole or if you're Ian, you play your ass off. You've already won once. You have nothing to lose. Like, if I were in there, I would have gone guns blazing because who cares? I already won once. Like, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I love Ian. Ian is the reason why I applied for season 15 because I saw him win season 14.
I love him.
I love Ian so much. And I love Ian from this season too, and I wish he had stayed longer. And, you know, I wish I could have seen him play more. Like, he was figuring things out, you know, but it was like, it was too late. That a lot, and I don't know because I didn't watch the live feeds. Sorry, life is just too busy. But, you know, if it's true that Memphis was the one that created the committee, like, that was brilliant. He found the right people for that committee because they were the ones that all won the comps. And you wouldn't have known that going in because he did that pretty early. So he should get some credit for, if he's the one that kind of chose the people, to get some credit for that.
He is a businessman. So it was clever, and I even loved the 2 wise guys. That's genius. And named it the same thing. He just picked the wrong guy in the middle. You know what I mean? But I thought Memphis for sure played a phenomenal game because even when people were getting evicted, they were like, oh, I didn't know he had that. I didn't know he did that. So I was like, he played a really good game.
So I know
Steve, you were going to say something.
But can I ask you, what do you guys think about Christmas's game?
I think she's a very passionate player and she's very emotional. I think she gives herself way too much accolades in regards to her competition skills. But she has a really good social game and to extent, like where she failed is she gets so emotional that it was hard for her to close the deal when she was pitching to people. So all they saw was like, she's crazy. You heard that a lot. She's crazy. She's too emotional, right? And it was good. I was happy for her because she got to play the game with both feet versus 1 foot. But I think if she would have pulled off that pumpkin thing, that would have changed the game as well too. I wasn't rooting for her to win, but I think she played a pretty decent game. I didn't like the reasons why she nominated Bay and Day. I think she was using that as an excuse, but I think she played a pretty decent game. She was the guy's girl. You know what I mean?
She was so loyal to those guys.
It's like I think she played pretty well. I want the women to work together, and I hate when the women target the other women, and so it's not fun for me to watch her. But and you know what?
They all it's a common theme in Big Brother. The women target each other while the guys sit there and relax, and then the women get their feelings hurt when the guy cuts them loose. It's just it's a sad thing to watch. And then like when I played All Stars, Dr. Will and Boogie were really good at pitting that, or not pitting, but Janelle and I had a thing, right? So they knew to keep it going. They actually were clever enough
fan that fire,
and they knew to keep her in the house because they knew she was a target, that I was going to go after her, she was going to go after me. They kept me in the house. It was brilliant, right? Women just need to get it together. We just need to get some women, some gays, and have some alliances, and then we'll be good. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out in the
I'm afraid. I'm afraid that even if there are women who want to do that, like the second the one woman says, "Let's do a females alliance," there's always that woman who will go tell on alliance.
No. I think it comes down, Helen. I think it really comes down. They need a good leader.
Yep.
And I think if you get the women together and you have a conversation with them and say, hey, this is why this needs to work. And if you go Big Brother history and spread it out to them, then you know, as a leader, who's the weakest link. What you do is you make sure no one leaves that weakest link by themselves at any given time. And you know who did that? Boston Rob in Survivor when he won. Yeah.
He was who I was trying to chime in with a while ago.
Sorry, Steve, you've got the floor.
So everyone, so 2 points I need to make. Boston Rob is what I was trying to chime in with.
Perfect game.
We were talking about how no one's willing to make a move, no one was being self-interested, and everyone was okay just going with the alliance. I disagree with that vehemently. to talk about Boston Rob's playbook for the last time he played, you have your alliance of 6. Within your alliance of 6, you have 2 final 3s where each of them feel like they're inside. So everyone feels like they're at the top of the totem pole with you in their alliance. I don't think the players weren't self-interested this season. I think you had your Memphis and your Cody playing so well that everyone thought they were in the top of the line. Right. There was no need for a big flip because everyone was safe and no one was ever knew they were at the bottom of the totem pole until they were there. So I don't crap on any of the players for not playing self-interested. I applaud the players who are really at the top of the totem pole for being able to convince the players who weren't at the bottom to convince the players who were at the bottom that they weren't. That was the brilliance.
Right.
I do not go after people like Danielle Tyler. I applaud the people.
No, everyone who's not in the big alliance should compare notes, and the fact that they don't means that they were like snowed by the big alliance. You know.
I agree with that to a certain extent, but I mean, I've never played the game. All of you have. So you guys have. You guys have way more of a point of view than I ever can. But I do think that there has to be some level of paranoia in every single player that keeps your mind constantly thinking, okay, I have this alleged thing with this group of people. What do I think those other groups of people are doing on the side? And am I doing enough to also be doing enough on the side? And I feel like there were so many times, specifically we talked about it tonight with Kaser, he told them so many times, like, think about the end. Think about the next step. And they rushed him off because at that particular week, they knew that Kaser and Janelle were the ones to go. As long as it wasn't them, that'd be it. Yeah. But you can't. Big Brother in a lot of ways is a week by week game, yes. But at the same time, think about the bigger picture and are you putting yourself in the best position going forward? And I feel like people just weren't as far-sighted as I would have liked them to be. And yes, a bit of that I agree, Steve. It's a lot of the bigger alliance because if you have all the numbers, you can control information flow, you can control who goes where and all that stuff, and it's very easy to snow. But I just wish that people were more paranoid. Like, be a bit more like Nicole Franzel. Yeah. The reason why Nicole Franzel is so good is because she's paranoid all the time.
So come on, you're upset that they fell victim to the Boston.
Literally, like, no, but it's like I would not allow people to be in rooms alone. I went from room to room all day, every day, because I was like, I'm scared about people talking and comparing notes on me. Like, I was so paranoid every minute of every day. Yeah,
I loved it. It was so great.
Enzo saying at the end, it was easy for him this game. He was easiest to play, easier this time around than last time around. I was like, that's not going to get you.
Yeah, that wasn't a good thing to say.
No. Yeah,
it was so charismatic tonight, but some of the things that were coming out of his mouth, I was like, ooh, that's
I was telling Andy when I got over to Andy's house, he should have said, I wasn't part of the committee. Yet I ended up with, at the end. Right. And I had a bigger hill to climb than all of you guys because I didn't know anybody in this house before walking in where Cody has played with Nicole and Devon and other people. Like I came in had not played with anybody.
Right.
And I'm here.
Right.
He could have really made different arguments to help his case.
Yeah. Even when I was in All-Stars, when I got to the final 6 and you start looking around and you're like, okay, if I'm sitting next to this person, that person. And I kept saying, God, if I'm sitting next to Janelle, what am I going to say? I'm like, she came in with a 4-person alliance and I came in with my arch enemy. You know what I mean? It's simple things like that goes a long way, right? And, okay, well, all right. So see y'all on Legends? Yeah?
Hands up if you'll go back.
No?
Steve's out.
A shorter season?
Okay.
Secret Alliance? I'm just
okay. What about fans versus favorites? It's a month in the house.
Oh, fans versus famous. All right, let's do it right now. Yeah. So Amon, if you're there and you got
this pre-gaming is on the record, Danny. Come on.
Oh, is this recorded? Is this recorded?
I'm not in.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, thank you guys. We got a whole bunch of people.
Truly adore you guys. Thank you.
Love you guys.
And to you guys too, Steve. Thank you for joining us.
All right,
we really appreciate your insight. everybody, guys, thank you so much. Amon, hang out for just a second because we got a couple of things to say to you. We kept losing you a little bit. And we've got another special surprise guest, I think, in just a little bit here. So we can't wait, right? I think, Danny, we got somebody waiting in the wings here. That's going to be a...
I'm trying to leave. I don't know how to work it. I'm not
That's
trying
okay.
to leave.
If you can't leave, then you get to stay. You're till the end. That's how you want to play the Big Brother game. I don't know how to leave. Amon, when you look back on this season, because we joked about it and we had a lot of fun with these players. Still a summer. I mean, we're in the midst of a pandemic. A summer without Big Brother. It's strange that we're almost to Halloween now. It's the summer and fall, but I couldn't have made it through without having this show. It's my summer guilty pleasure, right?
Your drug of choice, right? You love it?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, for as much complaining as I have been doing, and there's a level of complaining that we do every season, right?
Yeah.
Like whenever your favorite doesn't do well, you're just like, oh, screw the season. That's it. I'm not
done.
I'm never watching this show
again. I'm all, I'll see you next summer. Thanks.
Screw production. But at the same time, the fact that they were able to pull all of this together in the midst of COVID-19, I'm really, really pleased. A lot of people are really down on this season. I don't think that this is the worst season ever. I think that there definitely is a bit of a weighted curve because of the fact that you come in with expectations because it's All-Stars. But in the grand scheme of things, this is not the worst possible season of Big Brother in a vacuum. So in that sense, I still had a good time. There were definitely highs and lows.
You say that, Amon, because Devon won America's Favorite Player.
Well, no, that definitely helped.
And
that definitely helped.
Cody cut Nicole. But I'm telling you, if Nicole possibly would have won, or say somebody else won America's Favorite Player, you might, it might be different, right? Because I think everyone's on a high because it ended good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And the ending definitely helped. But I was saying this like weeks before. I was like, you know what, guys? Like, this season really isn't that bad. It's really frustrating. But compared to some of the seasons that we've seen in the past, this is like, BB22 I'm not about to like destroy it entirely. But you're definitely right. Like, getting this ending after months of just like monotony. Oh boy, like I expected Cody to win. That is the only expectation that I had tonight. I did not expect him to cut Nicole, and I did not expect Devon to get A, F, B.
Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm so, like, oh my God, I was just like, if I would have if you guys had that record, I think you guys would have saw me slinging snot. I would have been like lost. I would have lost it.
She was so shocked. That was the best part, is that she had no idea that was even going to happen. So I'm so proud of her.
I know. Congratulations, Devon. And I just want good things for her. And I don't know if everybody, clearly America loves her, but it's just, you want great things for her. And whether she won or lost this season, she won our hearts again. And she's got this beautiful little daughter, and like, this is money that will do something great for her little one, for her family. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I love it.
Period. She won it. And all you haters was trying to do that Twitter stuff, trying to tell me why she shouldn't win. I didn't care. I did not care.
They were coming at you. They were telling you.
They're trying. They're like, because this, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Don't care.
No.
It was happening. I was Devon, Diane, Rogers. Devon, Diane. Like, she was getting my vote.
Welcome our next, and I believe final special guest. He is in the house. A man who's been kind of a myth and a legend.
And a legend.
In the midst of this season, Derrick.
Get a moment of silence. Just listen for a second. Just listen.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Queen.
I don't know if we have the rights for it, but he's playing some Queen. We are the champions. Very nice, Derrick.
Oh my God.
From Big Brother 16, the winner of that season. And wait, let's see over that. What's he got there? What's your cigar? What's your
Red Cup? He ready to go.
Cheap. That's my cigar. Cheap. But hey, real quick, because I know I love Amon. I was just giving Amon a shout out. I'm on Instagram Live too, so I told him to go to your podcast.
Oh, thank you, Derrick.
And congratulations to Cody, and big congratulations to Davon. I was just saying in the room, like, Cody, in my opinion, I'm biased as fuck, best single game in the history of the show when you compare statistics. As far as
okay, yeah.
Flawless game.
You have Davon, who went in there with a preconceived notion to represent something other than Big Brother. Like, that was her intention. That was her plan. She said that from day one. She did it. America saw that, and America rewarded her. So this is the way it should have ended, period.
Yeah. The ending was phenomenal this season.
Blank, period.
Derrick, people, we got to ask, because people say, Cody, there's some friendship there. Did you give the guy any pointers?
Were you shocked? Wait a minute. Were you shocked he cut Nicole?
I was surprised he cut Nicole. I thought that he probably he could beat both of them.
Yeah.
But I honestly do think 16 played a lot into it, where he was like, Cody and I have talked about 16 a lot, where, he knew he was going to have an uphill battle beating me, but he thought by winning that final HOH, he would get the dub, that he had.
Yep.
And I think he felt that same feeling when he won this final HOH, like, I could probably beat